Am I audible?
Yes, Sunnati, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our graphics designing workshop. And I hope you guys had fun the past few days, yesterday and the day before. It was on Canva, and I hope you all learned quite a lot. We've been even looking at the posters that you guys made and some of your work that you kept sending in the WhatsApp group. And I should say they're really good. Keep trying, and it's really gonna come in handy in the future too, because we ourselves learned Canva from workshops like these, especially in our college itself previously, and now it's really handy. So today, as it is day 3, we will have video editing tools, video and photo editing tools. As you can see in the workshop topics of our brochure, our poster, day 3 is about PicsArt, VN, InShot, and Vimeo Create. So these apps are video creating and photo editing tools. So you can find these apps on your phone in the App Store or the Play Store. You can look for these apps and you can find them. So let's begin today's session. So we'll start with InShot. Okay. So InShot is basically a video editing app. You can also make collages and photos, but today we will be focusing on the video editing feature of InShot, and we will look into it. All right. So as soon as you open the app, you will get these options, and yeah, click on the video option and open your photos. Your photo gallery will open. In that, you can select whichever photos you want to make a video of. So I have a few pictures over here. I'm gonna randomly select them. One more thing you can notice is that in short, the feature works like the order that you select your photos in, they appear in that order. So if I'm selecting this particular photo, which says the end, as you can see, if I select it last, that will appear towards the end of the video. So just check it out. When you click on the tick, it processes, and the video, all the photos that you selected are merged together. So you can not just photos, you can select videos also. For this new video that you're creating, you can select clippings which you have on your phone. You can use the videos and photos together to make a video. All right, so let's look into the first feature. Here you can see the canvas option. When you click on that, you get these, what you can see on the screen right now, ratio. So ratio is basically the ratio of the video, the output video which you want, the ratio, ratio you want it in. So you can see that a little icon symbols on each ratio. You can see first one is no frame, so it's just randomly, and the second one is 1:1. You can see an Instagram icon in it. So basically that is your Instagram post ratio. You can select that if you want to post this in your Instagram page. And then the second one is also 4:5. You can use that also for your Instagram post. The next one is 16:9, which you can see there's a YouTube icon. So those are YouTube videos or YouTube thumbnails that you want to edit. And then you have the TikTok symbol. So basically that is your phone ratio, like 9:16 is the one which you get in your as your phone ratio. And as you can see, there are other options available too. Today we will be selecting 9:16 ratio for our video that we are going to create now. Here you can see double ticks, right? Like there are two ticks, two symbols which you can see. You click on it and you get this option, apply to all, ratio zoom, apply to all. So apply to all, what this does is, this ratio which you selected for this particular photo, this is applied to the rest of the photos which you have previously selected, like the whole video. So you can do that. And zoom option is if you want to zoom into the photos that you're creating, or zoom out and maybe get a nice background and get a clearer view of the photo, and then leave it as default if otherwise. And then background option here. So if you want your background to be maybe white, just a plain white canvas, you can select the color white or any color which you like. Or if you want gradients, you have gradients over here. They will come as your backgrounds and the output video. Or if you want this photo as your background, like the blurred photo as your background, you can select. You can see here the intensity of the blur also, it varies. There are different options for that, so you can select whichever you like. And you can also select a photo, another photo from your gallery. Maybe if you want this, let's just say, you can select the photo and it will be set as a background. So then again, apply to all option you have to click, so that the rest of the video, the whole other video, other photos also will get the same ratio and background as you have selected. As you can see, the rest of the photos are all also, they are kind of cropped and brought to the center, so that you all get the same ratio throughout the video. And now let's see another one. Here you can see a duration option. So the duration option, if you click on it, you'll get this where you can select the duration of each photo that you're uploading, photo or video again. So duration, let's just say I want this video to be a short one. So I'll keep a short duration for this photo, 1.5 seconds maybe. And then I'm going to apply this duration to all the remaining photos. And after that, if you want to edit it clearly, even more clearly, what you have to do is pinch in, like you have to pinch it out, and then what happens is the photo is expanded so that you can edit it even more clearly. So as you can see, you have like this directions over here which says trim. So you can trim it from here, or as we did just now, you can go to the duration section and select how long in particularly, or you can just randomly select it here, like how long you want it, and you can change the duration from here too. And next option, music option. So we really want some good music for our video, right? When you click on the music option, you have a record option. As you can see, that feature you can use to record your voice. So if you, let's just say I'm making a video, a YouTube video, and I want to add a voiceover to it. So I can use this record option where my voice will be added as the music or the audio track for the video. So I can record my voice if I want to, or there are effects also available. Effects are basically some sounds. If you're making a clipping or a funny animation video or anything like that, you have effects option under which you have different sound effects, as you can see. And then you have the tracks option. When you go to tracks, there are some inbuilt, there's some already available music which are in the cloud of that app, InShot app. So as you can see here, there are a lot of available tracks. So we can select any track that you want, or you can extract audio from video. As you can see that option on the top, extract audio from video is if you have, let's just say maybe a video that you downloaded from anywhere, or maybe screen recording, that's an option, right? So if you screen recorded a video and you want that audio, you want that particular audio, you can use that option, extract audio from video option, and you can use the audio of that video. You can extract it and use it in the video that you are making. All right, so we will choose a random track that is available. Click on use, and there you go. The audio is placed. You can see the audio is placed over the video, throughout the video. You can trim the audio, like with the starting point and ending point of the audio, you can select. So if I do this, if I'm dragging it, that means it's trimming the audio, and I can select which, like where I want it to start in particular. All right. So here you can select the audio, the where you want it to start and everything. You can edit the audio. You can edit it here also. Here what you can do is you can trim the audio, the starting point and ending point. Again, you can select it here how you want it, the size, and you can increase the volume too, or you can decrease the volume of the audio. Maybe you're adding 2-3 audios. If I'm adding my voice and an audio, background music, I can lower the volume of the audio, the music audio, and I can increase the volume of my voice that I'm adding. So fade in is an option. If you want the audio to start slowly and gradually increase the volume, it'll do that. Or fade out also, like towards the end of the video, if you don't want the music to stop abruptly, you can just select the fade out option. So as you can see, it's selected for 3.8 seconds. So the last 3.8 seconds of the video, the music will gradually fade out. It will not stop abruptly. The volume will decrease eventually. So that option you can select. And now that's for the music. You can also duplicate the track like 2 times if you want it. It will duplicate it. If let's just say if your track is short, if you have a very short audio track, you can click on duplicate and it will play back to back. Here what we're going to do is, we already edited our video. Seems like it's short, the audio, sorry, it's short, so we'll just increase the length, the duration, and I think that should do. Yes, now just click on the tick and that is saved. Now next for the transitions of the video. So here, as you can see, if you press and hold, it appears like this. Okay, it appears like this, and now you can swap the position of the images. Like I want this photo. Let's say maybe I want this photo as a second photo and not here back. So I can just press and hold and lift it up and push it and put it wherever I want. If I want it first or second, wherever, whichever position you want to, you can just drag it. Just press and hold and drag it around to whichever position you want it. It's quite simple. And again, tap on it to get an enlarged view again. And after this, coming to the transitions. Here you can see in between two images, you have this little tiny white square. You can see. Click on that white square and you'll get the transitions. So here the transitions, we have no transition. If you don't want any transition, it will just go randomly. It will just keep going. And if you want a transition, select on the transition option. Let's just say these are some simple basic transitions available. There's dissolve or a circular transition or a swipe transition. You can select whichever you like. Let's just select the swipe from left to right, and then as you can see, there are many other transitions available. These are actually really good, but they are for the paid version of the app. On the free version that we are using currently, we have only the basic transitions, like the transitions which you can see under the basic category. The rest of them are all, they come under the paid version. Currently we are using the unpaid, the free version. So let's just use which is available. And here also again, you can select the duration. You can see this bar over here, right? This is nothing but the duration of your transition. If you want your transition to be short, you can shorten it. If you want it to be long, you can increase it. As we selected our photo, the duration of photo as 1.5 seconds. What we're going to do here is we'll put less duration for the transition, because if we don't, the transition will take up all the time. The photo will be displayed for a little while only. So what we'll do, we'll take maybe 0.3 seconds as a transition and click on this double tick and click apply to all. The same transition will be applied. If you want different transitions for different each photos, you can select this white square between whichever photo you want different transition between. Just select it and select that different transition. It's that simple. And now next we have the sticker option. Okay, this is quite fun. So you can see these are the first set of stickers that they show you in the front. Besides that, you have emojis. Like here you have emojis available. 1 second, it's lagging. Okay, so you have emojis option available, and you can insert emoji. Let's just say just a laughing emoji. You can insert it from there and you can place it wherever you want on the screen. And then we also have GIFs. So if you want a GIF, you can use it on the screen. You can just put it. You can search for the GIF that you want, whichever particular GIF you want. You can search for it. You also have stickers. There are also animated stickers. So if you want, say arrows, if you want to show that, check out what's coming next, like that, just select and hit on the play option so you can see the sticker. Okay, so you can select the sticker, whichever one you want. You can place it anywhere on the video. Here you can see this yellow, this is the sticker. It will come for like three photos, like one, the second photo, and also for the third photo, it will still be there. If you want to shorten it for just like one photo, just decrease it, just trim it, press and drag as we did previously for trimming the photo duration. Press and drag, and you can, or you can click on edit, and here what you have is the option of the yeah, you have the option for the transition, or you can say effect for the sticker too. If you want the sticker to appear in a particular transition, you can select the transition for that too. Here you have another loop options. These are also transitions or special effects that you can find. So yeah, that is the sticker. You can also duplicate it, or just delete it, or you can edit it as we just did, or you can split it if you want. You can click on split, and what it will do is it will create two separate split at that particular point. The split option, it comes handy when you're making videos, when you're using clips in your final video. If you're using clips, let's just say I'm using a tiny clip, or I want a pause in one particular place so that I can insert a transition over there, or I want to put a sticker over there, or anything like that. You can use the split option. It works for everything, like stickers, text, music, and also the photos and videos. So here's the text option. As you can see, you can just type anything, and you can see this wheel of colors over here. Select whichever color you want your text to be, various options, and below that you have preset options for the color schemes. So you can use any of those two. So let's just say I'm using this one, or you can again go from the beginning. You can select which color border you want, everything detail. If you want to do it by yourself, you can do that here. You have border, shadow, label, opacity, all of that, or you can go for a preset default color schemes available. And after that, you also have fonts available. So as you can see, these are the fonts available. You can check out whichever font you want. You can just use it. And here you have the text size. You can increase. You can increase here, or you can just click on the arrow and drag it over here. Okay, you can't see the difference. But what I'm doing is you can either use the sticker itself, you can pinch on it, or you can use the bar here, progression bar here, and increase or decrease the size of text. Here you can also increase the spacing between the letters, and you can increase spacing between lines. Let's just say hello world. And for that, if you sorry, one second. Yeah, so if you want more space between those two words, between those first and second line, just click this, it will increase the space. So like that, you can edit it. And as I previously told, this is a transition, in transition and out, like in which direction you want it to come, and then which direction you want it to leave. That, and yes, that is for the text. And next, you have filter option here. So let's say I'm selecting this photo and I want to change it. I want a filter. I want to apply a filter to it. Okay. You click on the filter option, and here you have a lot of filters available. Few of them are free and few of them come under the paid version again. So just select whichever filter you want, whichever you think looks good, and you can adjust the intensity of the filter here. If you want to decrease the intensity, you can decrease it, or if you increase, you can increase it. And then if you want to do specific adjustments to the filter, like if you want it to be even more light, if you want it to be bright, you can increase the lightness. You have contrast option, warmth, tint, saturation, all of it, and you can change whichever you want. You can also add the vignette option. And yes, so those are the available options under the filter. So you can particularly, like individually, you can select whichever one you want. And here you can click on this difference option. You can see the before and after the filter option here. And yeah, you have that. You also have this feature here called effect. Yeah, you can select the effect here. So if you want slow zoom, so slow zoom, what it does is slowly zoom into the photo while the transition is going on through the video, or zoom out, as you can see, or jump zoom. These are the available options for the effects. You also have glitch option, and then there's beats option. Yes, so all of these are different effects that you can use on your photo. It will make it really interesting if you're making, especially maybe a video, or a video for, let's just say, maybe reels or something. You can use these effects. These work on videos as well as photos. Here we are using photos, but if you have a video clipping, maybe of your dance or anything, you can click on this slow zoom option for your video to zoom in slowly, or you can use the beats option for nice poppy look. Yes, that is that. Or you can leave it as it is, boring. So these are the different styles available, different options for the effect that you can add to your photo. Well, that is that. And next we have volume. We previously already saw. This is not showing here because this is a photo. And if you use a video, what it does is the volume option, it can, like particularly this video, I want to decrease the volume. If you want to decrease the volume, you can decrease it. Or this you want the louder volume, so you can increase it. Do just adjust it from here. And you also have a crop option. This is really useful. What you can do is a particular image, if you just want, like let's just say I want only this bit, let's just say the sky, I don't want the cards and all of it, so I can just crop it and click on done, and that's what will happen. You just crop your image, it will crop it. And you can crop your videos also. If you're inserting a video, you can crop the video too to whichever size you want. And you can also rotate the photo or video. Rotate option is there. So what it does is rotates it 90 degrees per turn. So you can rotate it however you like. I'll just leave it as it is. You can also flip it, like mirror the photo. You can flip it whichever side you want to. And you can also reverse a video. Like this, say if I'm using a video, I can click on the reverse of, which is an invalid operation because it's not a video. So if you're using a video clipping, you can reverse the video clipping, and you can do that too. And now when we are done, we are almost done. So if you want any more changes, you can get it done. These are pretty much the basic features that are available. And since I'm done, I'm gonna click on the top right corner. As you can see, the share symbol. Yeah, here you can change the resolution. You can either keep it 720p or 1080p. As you know, 1080p is the highest, higher resolution. And frame rate, 30 frames per second is the lower one, and 60 frames per second is the higher one. So you can see that if I'm selecting a higher resolution or frame rate, even the estimated size of the output is increased. It is 60.2 MB right now. But if I select 30 frames per second, it's 43.1 MB. So it depends. If you want a higher quality video, just go for the higher resolution and higher frame rate. And once you're done, click on save. The app will get all of it done, and this depends on your network and internet connection, and it will get as soon as possible. We'll get it done. Yes, it is done. And once it is done, hang on. Okay, there's an ad. I'm sorry. Okay. This is because we are using the free version. If you're using a paid version, there would be no ads. So once you're done, this page will appear. I hope you can see my screen right now. Okay. So once you're done, this page will appear. Here you can, it's saying saved. It gets automatically saved in your photo gallery, or you can share it to WhatsApp or other apps or Instagram or any other app. You can share it right from the screen. And if you're done, if you don't want to share it, just keep it in the phone. Just click on the home symbol you can see and go to the home page of the app. Now this video is saved. I'll send it in the group if you guys want. I'll send it later. Right now, if I show it also, it might not be clear because of the delay, the lag in the screen mirroring. So the video is done. Now let's go. That is about InShot. Anybody have any queries, any doubts? Like any particular effect or any particular edit you want to know about if it's available in the app? If you have any doubts, please do drop your queries in the chat box, and we will look into it by the end of the session. We will take all the queries. All right. So moving to PicsArt. So PicsArt is app for mainly used for picture like photo editing, not video editing like InShot, but we use it mainly for photo editing. And 1 second. Okay, I think it's my internet. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, I'm sorry. Uh, issue. Please give me 1 second. I will join again. There seem to be some problems with the internet. So basically, PicsArt is a photo editor app. You have many options, many filters, many effects available. You can use whichever you want. And you also have this feature called replace. It's quite fun. What happen is there are like editings which are already done. You can replay it on your photo. Like you can see right now on the screen, there's a before after is being showed of particular photos. They are nothing but if you click on try, below that there's a try option. If you click on try, you can apply that filter, that certain editing to your photo of choice. So now we're going to just look into some basic features. You have the plus symbol in the bottom, click on that, and now you all need to do is select the photo which you want to edit. You can use photos from your gallery, which will be displayed over here under the photos section, or you could use photos which are free to edit. Like you can see here, right? Free photos. You can see, you can open that, and you can select whichever photo you want to edit. Maybe if you don't want to edit your own photo, you can just select any free to edit available photos. So let's just okay, you can select that, or you can go back and find any photo from your gallery and select it. Let's say I'm going to select this photo. Okay, not 1 second. Yep. So this photo, I think you're all familiar with what happened the other day. It was all over WhatsApp. The the rainbow around the sun. Yeah, this photo was clicked by my friend, and it's also edited, kind of pre-edited actually. So just we'll just check out your editing options. You can see tools. So tools, if you click, you'll get these many options. There are a lot of options. So you can see there's a crop, free crop, shape crop, dispersion, clone, remove, stretch, motion, selection, curves. There are a lot of options, all right. I think it's not visible. Yep, I think now you can see. So basically, crop option. There's the regular crop option, which you all know, which you're all familiar with. Just crop it to whichever ratio. We can also tilt the picture, or you can leave it as it is, or you can rotate the picture, or you can select the ratio which you want the picture to be. Here also you can see there are options for different social media apps. This is your story. This is for your square, like for your regular posts, the Facebook covers and Pinterest posts, Twitter posts, YouTube thumbnails, all of them. Or you can leave it as a pre-crop and select which part you want. If I want like just this, not the hand, I can select. So crop is basically just crop option. Now the interesting one is free crop, shape crop. What you can see do is under the free crop, like you can see there are options here, right? Person, face, clothes, sky, head, hair, all of that. So here if I want just the photo of the flower, I can select the sky option. It works most of the time. Yes, it did. And as you can see, the AI, it edits it. And what it does is it selects just the sky. You can invert it also actually. So here I have selected just the sky. If you click on the arrow on the top right corner, it removes the flower in the hand and just the sky. It looks odd, but if you want it the other way, you can also just you can use your hand. You can select whichever one you want. You can select it. You can erase it, do whatever you want. You can just select the particular one. Let's just try it for a photo of a person. It will be even more clear. Hang on. Okay, let's say I'm using this photo, which is available in the free to edit. Okay, so here what you can do is we can again go to the free crop. Here you can select person option and check it out. What it does, it crops just the person. If you want to maybe put another background, the red area, which as you can see, the red is which is selected, which is going to remain, and the rest is going to be erased. The cropped part is the all the red area which is being shaded. So I did this and like that. What you can do with this feature is you can maybe select just your photo and maybe change the background and make it look even more fun. Or you can, if you want in zoomed in photos, if you want to select just the face, you can do that too. Or just the sky again, or just the head, or just the background. So what it does is the background is selected and the person is cropped out. So yeah. And now under tools itself, you also have shape crop, basically just again cropping, but you have shape crop so that it's easier if you want this or this or this. Different shapes are available, meaning shapes. And dispersion is, as you can see in the mini tutorial that's being showed on the screen right now, you just need to select the area which you want to disperse. Let's just say if you do that and then click on the arrow, that is used for professional editing. If you want maybe special effects. You can select whichever area you want and just click on disperse to make it look maybe a bit cooler or even more fun. You can select it. You can also select the amount or the stretch, that is increase in dispersion intensity. Okay, we don't use it that much, but it's really fun. You can do that. And next, under the tools itself, clone. Now clone also is a very good option. I use it quite many times. So clone, what it does is, as you can see here, yeah, you can select an area and clone it. Like if you want to, like as you can see in this currently being displayed tutorial, you can select the background and clear out the person. If the background is constant, it's the same background all over, you can do that. And you can also adjust the size of the setting, the brush settings. I'll give you a quick tutorial. So click on this, you can adjust the size of the brush setting, and what you can do is just tap where you want, tap the place which you want to clone and select that place. And when you do that, as you can see, you need to be slow, really slow, otherwise you'll get like this. You can erase it too if you did a blunder, just erase it. And like that, you can clone the background slowly, step by step. And if also sometimes what happens is there is something in the background you want to remove. Let's say I want to remove maybe this railing at the back. I can select, it's a process. You need to select whichever background you want and then clone it gently. And like that, step by step, you can clone and remove and get rid of the background, the railing. So that's the cloning option. It comes really handy. You can do to maybe fix the background of your photo. Those are the basic ones available, and you also have other tons of options like flip and rotate or resize. Basically, flip and rotate, as you know, you will rotate or flip your image that you're using. And the other ones are also, they are some advanced features like enhance and adjust. Those are again, we come up all those contrast, brightness, exposure, saturation, if you want to particularly edit. And next week we'll check out effects. So effects are basically filters. We have a lot of filters available. You can select whichever filter you want. You can adjust the intensity of the filter if you want it to fade out, if you want it to be more, or different overlays are also available for the filter which you select. There again, this also PicsArt is a free app, but there is also a pro version or gold version available which you can use. Right now we are using the free version of the app, so there are a lot of other filters which come under the pro version, so you need to buy. It requires a paid version if you want to use, but there are others beyond that also. As you can see, in between there are a few free filters available. You can select whichever you like, and yes, there, this is just effects. Now you can see canvas option, click on that and you'll get these really funky and this different editing. If you click on that, it'll give you that filter. As you can see in the little preset, it's a filter available. Now sketch, this is also another effect, special effect for the photo. It looks really good. Yeah, so the sketch option is available. As you can see, it's just a sketch filter which you can see. Blur is also available if you want to blur your photo. And here the fun part in the blur option is, if you want to just blur the background, here also select it and go to this eraser you can see on top, just blur, and here you can see the eraser on top, in the top right, just click on that. And now if you want the person to be highlighted and the background to remain blurred, click on the person option. Here the reverse has happened. So click on the invert option. What it is, flips that. What happens is, now as you can see, the person is selected and highlighted and the background is all blurred out. And you can do the same to maybe face, clothes, sky. So here you have different, these are all automatic selections. Here see, the sky is highlighted and everything else is faded out. This is done by the AI. You can use the ones, or if you want to do you want to select one particular area which is not available in the preset ones, click on restore or erase. If you want to erase it, just erase it and the blur will be removed. The blur filter which you applied will be erased. If you want to restore it, just click on that and the blur effect will be restored. Yeah, you can do that too. You also have, yeah, you also have shape blurs, like just blur out circularly or invert. Yeah, this if you want a circular area which you want it to remain as clear and the rest of it you want it blurred, you can do that. So that's blur. There are many types of blurs available. You can see focal zoom. It gives you this really cool effect of whichever point you want to focus, that will be focused and the rest will be zoomed out a bit. You have radial blur. So here also, whichever one you select, if I'm selecting the face, so that will remain intact, the rest will be blurred, radial, like circular motion. And then you have lens blur, smart blur, motion blur. Motion blur, yes, you can see those are the blur options. You have artistic. So here what you have is, these are all just effects or filters, you can say. You can check them out individually. Just try them out, whichever. Okay, so sorry for the disturbance. There's a power cut over here. I hope the presentation is clear, what I'm presenting the screen. Yeah, so let's continue. So artistic also, there are all those different features available. All of them, the same common thing is you can select the intensity if you double tap on the filter which you selected. You also have this. You have a particular app called Prisma. I don't know if you heard of it. Prisma is they have mostly they are editing or features special effects like these. And in PixArt, all of it comes under this particular just one app. You have so many options. You can crop it, you can add effects, you can blur it out. That is why it's really that useful. And here again, I've selected the feature Flora. Here you can see you have an eraser option. Yeah, so that is the feature is applied. You can again here also select individually which part of the photo you want it to be affected by the filter, or you can invert it just like we did with the blur. You can do that with every filter that you apply. So you can select whichever filter you want here, and there's pop art, distort, like you can see there's mirror. You can mirror your photos. You can shift the mirror angle also. If you want it to be mirrored in a vertical way, you can click on the vertical option like that. You just, yep. So like that you can mirror your photos too, and many more options available. Again, paper option here you can use for like old film, vintage effects you can get under this. That's pretty much it under effects and everything. So you also have a beautiful option. You can smoothen the skin or face fixing and details and de-brightening, reshaping, all of it. You can click on auto too. When you click on auto, it automatically fixes everything. And if you have any maybe distorted photo, it'll fix it all. Since this photo is already photograph like a professional photograph, we won't find any differences even if we use that effect right now. If you maybe take a photo yourself, like a selfie, a randomly taken selfie or a picture from your phone, that time you might need this. It will come in handy. So sticker option, here also you have tons of stickers available. You can select, you can also search, like let's just say I'm searching for emoji, it will come up. So as you can see, there are crown symbols at the in the corner, bottom right corner of some stickers. That indicates that those come under the pro version or the gold version of the app. It's not free; you cannot use it. So the ones which are available, you can just use it. Let's just randomly select. See, I'm selecting this goofy looking emoji. It downloads it, and then you can place it anywhere on your photo. You can rotate it, or you can change the size of the sticker that you are applying, or you can click on blend and it will blend it into the photo sometimes, if you want it to be light or dark. And then you can also apply effects to the sticker that you're using. Like just now we use effects for all this particular photo, right? Now you can apply effect to the sticker that you're using. Yes, you can do that. That's an option available. And yeah, that's pretty much. You can use stickers. You can search for whichever sticker you want. Maybe frames. They're really good. Let's just say frame, and you get all these frames which are really good looking. You can use those for the stickers. Yes. So select whichever one you want. It will download, and you can use that sticker. Leave it on top or like that. That is for the sticker. You have cutout option here. As you can see in the tutorial, you need to outline object and it is be cut out, like just like cropping. Just think of it as cropping. But what this does is you can cut out that picture and later use it as a sticker too. So let's just say I found a really good meme or just a photo. I can take a screenshot of it and apply this cutout and then use it as a sticker like that. So just like same, you can either outline the area which you want, or you can just use the preset options like person, face, sky, all of that. Yes, that is that. And you have a text option too. Let's just say hello option. As you can see, you have many filters available, and out of this you can select whichever one you want. And yeah, and you have many options and many colors. So if you want it, you can change the color too if you want to. And you can have also gradients, like if you want the for the font, sorry, the color, if you want it to be gradient, black to yellow, sorry, black to white, you can select many any color, and from which you want it to be gradient too. And you can select the gradients, like you want it from this color to this color in this particular direction, left to right, or from like diagonally. You can select it whichever way you want to. You also have the texture option. It will just come up with textures as your font colors. Instead of a particular color, it will come up with fun looking photos as a font. Yeah, You also have the stroke option, which gives you a border or I'm sorry again for the noise and for the disturbance. Yes. So yeah, so you can select this stroke option. You can increase or decrease the border, anything. And you also have lens flare option, as you can see. That is basically if you want a glare or cool looking lens glare you get usually when you take pictures in the sunlight, you get that option. So you can select any of these, it will come up and you can just apply it on your photo artificially. It look really cool. You can do that. That's really cool option. Just select whichever glare you want and you can do that. So you can just click on apply and it will apply. Or if you like it, you can undo it. Always you can undo any. Okay, let's just move a bit quickly. We're running short on time. There are two more apps. Okay, so add photo is you can just add another photo in the photo itself. Yeah, you can add one or two, any depends, and you can just put it all. Like if you like, just say the first chosen photo is a background. You can choose that background, and on that you can place different photos. And then you have this option called fit. This is useful for Instagram posts or your WhatsApp DPs. Actually, it's very useful because usually the WhatsApp display picture it has this only 1:1 ratio, and even Instagram posts are 1:1. So what you can do is okay, screen sharing stop. Give me a second. Okay, so what you can do here is you can select it and you can select the fit option so that it will get fit to the ratio and it will be the perfect size for your profile pictures and everything. So you can choose the background whichever you like, whichever color. And what Pixart does is the automatic feature what's available is your photo, as you can see, the first few available options for the background are kind of blended in the photo. They're already available in the photo. If I change the photo now, let's just say if I select this photo with different color scheme, maybe a red and blue scheme is dominating. Those colors are dominating in the photo. In the front over here, the first few colors will be depending on the photo. I hope I'm clear. So you can do that, or you can select the background textures available as we did previously for the text, or you can go for image. You can select any image. If I select this image, it will come as a background. You can blur it out or leave it as it is. You can use this image itself, or and then place it wherever you want and blur it out or leave it as it is, depends. Shadows basically will come, a shadow effect will come around the photo. And yeah, that is the fit feature that we have. Also, there is a feature of brush. I hope my screen is visible. Is my screen visible? Right. I mean, is it the same or is it something else? Anyone? Okay. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience caused. Okay. So getting back, now another feature available is brush. you can use the brush feature, and what you can do is, screen is lagging very much. I'm really sorry for this. Yeah, so you can use the brush feature, and whichever brush you select, you can just apply it around on the photo, like maybe stars or rainbow or even firecrackers. Yes, that is also an option. That is also one of the brush options available. You can use that. So there is an internet issue I'm facing right now. That's why there is a lag. Okay, you can select whichever brush you want. Like if you select the stars, you can do that, and you can just whichever wherever you want, you can just paint it around the photo. Or you have the flowers option, and flowers, many kinds of flowers. There's glitter. As if you have an Instagram, I guess Instagram or Snapchat, you have the glitter option. You can use it here too. You have different kinds of glitter, and then you also have stars. Many are available, and I mentioned previously, explosives, firecrackers. You can use this also. Okay, so that, and the remaining are just general other features. Lens flare we already saw. Frame is just different frames, maybe for a birthday. You can just use that frame, and it will insert it on the photo. You can insert the photo if you want it in the printer, or take it however you want. And then you also have draw. You can draw photo, just anything you can draw on your photo, and you can change whichever brush you want, whichever style you want. You can just change it. So that's the regular photo editing that you have available. You also have very other useful feature on this is collages. As you can see the collage option, you have grids, freestyle, and frames. So grids are nothing but your regular collage that we do. You can select the photos that you want, like 2 or 3. I'll just quickly select. So here I'm selecting 2, 3 photos. Select them, and you can see on the top, what it does is it automates it and shows you this preset, like what are available, the different options. From here itself, you can select which style of grid you want, or you can click on next and then go to that to the app, and you can again particularly change it all. You can select the layout from here itself otherwise. So this is the layout I have selected right now. You can change the background again. You can change whichever color you want for the background, or you can change the border. Yeah, that is the option for collage. You have many layouts available depending on the number of photos that you select. Freestyle is nothing but you'll get preset backgrounds, or you can just use a white background. Use whichever photo you want and place it wherever you want. Need not stick to a grid. Just randomly you can apply it anywhere. So as I told you previously, replay is an option. As you can see here, replays. These are some available. You can go to the home page of the app and search for many. There are many available. Just say I'm selecting one. I need to just search for any photo that I want to use. Let's just say I'm using this photo. Okay. It will come step by step. As you can see, there it's step 1 of 5. It's a step 1 of 5 written over there. So you can select it here, whichever size you want your photo to be cropped. And the next step is effect. This is the effect according to the replay. What replay is nothing but step of they're like the steps of editing. All of it's first cropped, and then effect is added, and some stickers are added, and at the end product it will show you before itself, like in the replay. If you want that end product, you have to go through these steps, right? So you can use the replay, which are already there, and then just keep clicking next. If you don't want this effect, this particular effect, if you think it won't look good on this photo, you can just click skip, or else just keep going, and it will continue. You have again for each and every effect that is being applied, you can edit it. the intensity of the effect that is being applied, or the effect, the size of the cropping as you saw just now. So yes. So this is replay, and I hope you can see my screen. Okay, screen is stuck again. So the final product, I hope you can see it here. It is done. It is just replay. I replayed it on a photo that was already there, and you can replay it on any photo, whichever one is available in your phone, or you can search for free to edit photos as we did previously. And you also have templates for maybe birthday wishes or advertisements. You can use those templates just like Canva. You use Canva, right, these past 2 days. So you can use templates here also. You have a lot of templates. You can use whichever one you want. So that is PixArt. Let's quickly go through VN Editor. We may not have time for all of them. I'm sorry. Um, now, so VN Editor is basically like it has preset templates, all right? You need not edit it from scratch. The app will do the editing for you. You can select whichever template you want and select the photos and the video and videos maybe, and it will all sync the photos to the beat. It will, I'll just give you a glimpse. So click on templates option, as you can see, templates, and then you will get the quickly free available templates. So you can select any template, any style of editing which you want out of the available ones. Let's just say I'm selecting this. I'm selecting yeah, a sunny morning. I'm selecting that one. You can see here first. You can check it out. It'll show you how the editing will go on. Okay, this kind of looks like reels, I know. This is helpful for editing. It'll show you how it is, and you can download option, you can click and use. After once it's downloaded, it changes to use, and you can use that template and create the same video with your photos. Okay, so I'm going back to the home screen. Here you have in the bottom, you have the plus symbol. Click on that and it will give you the options. I'm going to click on templates. Okay, I'm going to click on new project. Sorry, click on new project. So the other, I'll just give you a quick view. So other options are stories, photo, and overlay. Right? Overlay is you have some overlays available here. Let's just see. So if I'm selecting this, the one here, yeah, it has three colors as you can see: white, red, and green. Sorry, white, green, and blue. And then you can click on use, and now it will ask you to select any two photos, blue and green. So it's considering blue and green. Now select any two photos that you have, for blue one photo and for the green part one photo. And as you saw previously, like that, this photo will be edited as an animation. Yeah, my photos, my video is lagging. You can check it out in your phone. You can create it and you can check it out. It's a really cool feature. Is it creates animated photos, okay, for you. And again, now go back to the home page and click on new project option, and you can select any photo that you want in your gallery here also. Just select it. Now, quickly you can see it on the screen itself right now, the options, the editing options. It is almost like InShot, just almost like InShot. Just little differences here and there in the way of editing and the display of the app. So you can see, you pinch in, you drag with your fingers to zoom in just like an InShot. And then you have sorting, you can sort them conveniently like you saw previously. You have to press it and drag it around. You can swipe up and down to delete the clip, or long press to swap it around. And then you have precision cutting, is nothing but editing your videos. So you can edit your videos or trim them, whichever duration. Yeah. And now crop, background, rotation. Again, you can select the ratio of your video output that you want, whichever ratio you want. You can select it and it will get done. And you have cool shift. These are again some advanced features available. Cool shift and jump cut. So jump cut is a transition. Yeah, so you can use any of those. You have transitions available, which are very few actually, but you can use any transition for the videos or the photos. And then filters you have text option. You can insert any text, and you also have music. So you can select a music, and you have this option for music beats, as you can see. When you click on it, what happens is the music is played for you, and whichever beat, through the music there are beats, right? You can flag every beat, and what you have to do is when it's flagged, you can select that particular point, and maybe insert another video there or another photo there and use it. And you have a full screen preview, like before, like it gives you a preview of your video. You can get a full screen preview of how the output would look eventually at the end. You have a PIP option, and yeah, you can record your voice in this too. So it's almost pretty much like InShot. The only thing difference in this is you have templates which are preset already. You can select whichever template you want, and you can sync your photos to the music of that template. That is VN Editor. And okay, coming to Vimeo Create. Vimeo Create, not the regular Vimeo. Vimeo Create. Now here what you can do, here also again you have templates. Just like in Canva, just like in VN Editor, you have templates. Mostly you can find advertisements or promotional videos. So here you can select any template, and you can create a video using the same template. Okay, so here I can select the photos that I want to use. My screen is lagging again. Okay, I can select the photos that I want to use, and I select it, and I clicked on next. Yeah, and now you have styles, so you can select the style in which you want your final output to be. So I'm selecting play. As you can see, the play style. Yeah, that is also like a preset template which you can use. I just clicked on it, and now you have these three colors on the bottom. As you can see, that is nothing but the color scheme for your video. If you want the color scheme to be here, again I selected a different color scheme. Yeah, hang on, it's loading. So the different color scheme I selected is black, beige, and white. So that color scheme is applied. It depends on the photos that you're using. If you're using really vibrant photos, depending on that, you can select whichever color scheme you want. Colors changes for the, as you can see, there are like lines and bubbles and all those effects. Yeah, the color for that is changed. You can also select the font in which you want some words to appear, maybe title or some words you insert in between. If you want it to appear in a particular font, you just select whichever one you want, and you're good to go. And then click on the next option. Now for the music, select any music that you want, and once you selected it, click on create. Now you can name your video. Just say my video and just create it. It will take a while. It will stay in drafts, and it will get it done. So output, uh, I'll share it in the group. We can show it in the group just how it will be. What happens is, as it is the template that you've seen, the same thing you'll get in your video with your selected photos. That's it. It's really cool. So I guess we covered all the apps. Yeah. Any queries? I'm going to stop it there. Any queries? Anybody? Anyone? No questions? Okay. So those were the apps. I hope you found it interesting. I've used them all a lot of times, and they're all really handy. And the video editing apps are really handy for reels and videos that you make, maybe YouTube videos if you're thinking to. and then you can use the PixArt. You can use for editing your photos, your Instagram story posts or regular posts. You can use it for whichever you want, and do just also try it out. If you want, we will send in the links for each app in the group, in the graphic designing group that we have, and you can download the app and try it out. Try it by yourself. You'll get the hang of it. It's really easy to understand, nothing complicated, as you saw. Really quickly you'll get the hang of it, and once you get the hang of it, it will be really easy for you to edit and do whatever you want. And so as you all said, no questions. Okay, awesome. Just don't forget to fill the feedback form. Fill it, and you will all receive a certificate of participation once you fill the form. So it will be checked if you guys have filled all the three forms, and then only you will get the certificate of completion of this workshop. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Okay, I'm going to hand over the session to Vasavi.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Unnati. So a pleasant evening, everyone. I'm Vasavi Lakshmi, as you know, student coordinator of the workshop on graphics design for beginners, and I'm here to propose vote of thanks. So firstly, my heartfelt thanks to our principal and our lecturer coordinator, Mrs. Hemlata ma'am. I would like to thank all the three instructors, Ms. Praveena, Ms. Namreen, and Ms. Unnati, for the presentation for all the 3-day workshop. I would appreciate the patience and taking time to take up the session. So last but not the least, I would like to thank all the students who had participated in the workshop, hoping that you guys have learned something new from this workshop. And I also appreciate your interest in creating your own Canva designs and sending it to us. So thank you for all your support in making this workshop a huge success. And that's it for today. Thank you, everyone. We can leave the sessions if you have no queries. If you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box. We'll clear it now. Thank you.